My name is Jake West. I'm 35 from Scunthorpe. This is a monologue entitled Would Like to Meet, and it was written by me. Listen to this. Looking for friendship, companionship, or romance? Why not take out a personal act? And at 50p a line? That's answered that rhetorical question. 50p a line. I wouldn't pay that for cocaine. Oh, it's got to be worth a try. But where to begin? Civil servant with extensive collection of Agatha Christie novels won't exactly set the world alight. It might arouse the interest of a few librarians. They'll soon clear off when they don't find any first editions. Still, honesty is the best policy. Slim? Well, there's no denying that, and people will keep reminding me of it. I'm fed up. Not that I look it. You know, I hadn't realised quite how thin I was until I had to go to hospital with a suspected broken arm. I'd been out to our local pub, not the most glamorous of venues. I'm not saying it's rough. Oh, I'd get my head kicked in if I did. And I was walking home when I tripped on a wonky paving slab. Well, before you could say where there's blame, there's a claim, I'd crash landed right on my arm. Oh, and of course, everybody was terribly sympathetic and said it was my fault because I'd been out boozing all night. I'd never felt so slurred. And no, I don't mean my speech. Barely a drop of drink had touched my lips. I'd been using a straw. So I ended up in A&E, and I realised I might be getting just a little bit too thin when the doctors ditched the X-ray and took a pencil rubbing of my arm instead. Be nice to have someone to tell all this to. Oh well, here goes nothing.
I'm Olivia Wordley, and this is my original monologue called Villain. I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you. You ever wonder how the villain manages to come so close to defeating the protagonist? How they manage to get up the resources and the technology, but more specifically, the burning hatred that you need to feel to be able to dedicate everything in your life into the downfall of this one person? Because I don't feel anything that strongly. I don't feel anger or love or hatred or anything like that, and yet I really want to. I want to be able to hate like that. I know I'm not the lead character in the story of life. I'm not even a big character. I'm normal and average and small. And to me, that seems unjust, because I'm a good person. I'm not a great person, but I deserve to be seen. I don't win. That's probably why I'm not a hero, because heroes have to win and the bad guys have to lose. I want to be a character. I want to be a big character who people know. And if I can't be a hero, then I will choose to be a villain, because I would rather be loved than feared, but I would rather be feared than be a nobody. I cannot be a nobody. I will not be a nobody.
My name is Rachel ONeal, and my monologue is called A Mother's Love. I've always had a horror of damaged things. I've never got on with them. Probably stems from my mother. You see, I had a birthmark low down on my back. I couldn't see it, but she could. Big, black, hairy. And she'd shudder. genuinely shudder when she bathed me. So as soon as I could, I got rid of it. And when I told her, she just said, "You can't unsee what you've seen." So I blame her. I do. That's what we all do. Blame the mothers. Doesn't stop us wanting to be one, though. So when the specialist told us that our adopted daughter had brain damage, well, there was only one alternative, one course of action. Because as he put it, you can't expect too much of Sophie intellectually. Well, okay, not expecting a Nobel Prize winner, not expecting 5-starred A-levels, you know, just a good set for a good uni. No, said the specialist, no, don't expect that. She'll be, well, I could see him straining for the right words, she'll be the other side of average, which, he said, seeing our faces, isn't bad considering. Yes, considering. Considering she'd been found down the back of the sofa, 3 weeks old. Her alcoholic, crack-smoking mother couldn't even remember where she put the baby. Of course, we'd been told a bit about her history, but if we'd been told up front that she was damaged because of the drink and the drugs, hey, you can't be too fussy. Not in the good old game of adoption, you can't. So we get home and I look into her dull, unfocused eyes and her stupid, stupid face, and I see she's birthmarked, bits missing. And I shudder and I think, I can't look at that for the rest of my life. So I had to mend her. See how careful I am? I don't use words like murder or kill. Not like them. Not like my accusers. Police, social workers, how fucking dare they? I'm her mother. I know instinctively what is best for her. She needed to be unchipped, unscuffed. Only that way can she be my daughter. Only that way can I love her. Properly love her.
My name's Caroline Butcher. I live in Salisbury. So I wrote this monologue myself, and it's called The Joys of Retirement. The joys of retirement, they say. Well, not in bloody COVID, it's not. Nothing like a joy. Go ahead, do what you please when you please. Well, how can I do what I please when the house is fuller than it's been for a long time? Simon's having to work from home because he can't social distance at work. Susie doesn't want to stay in her student accommodation, so she's come home. And Charlie, well, he doesn't want to be cooped up in his dingy little flat in London. So he's opted to work from home back at mummy and daddy's. So my do what you please is turned into looking after my husband and my 2 adult children. For goodness sake, I'm sort of done with all that. Cooking, cleaning, washing, tidying up after them. But no, mum's at home, so let's leave it all to her. For goodness sake, they're kids, they're adults, they should be doing it all themselves. It's not even as if I can escape anywhere, go and see Josie up in Yorkshire. Mind you, they have got it bad. They're in tier 4 and their R rate's up to 1.6. At least our shops are open. So I shouldn't moan, really. We've all got our health and I've got my family around me. Except for I don't bloody want them. I want to be free to dance around the kitchen, listen to cheesy 80s music. Have the girls round for coffee. Go to a matinee showing at the theatre. Build my raised beds. Well, I suppose I could do that, but I haven't got the enthusiasm for it. Quite frankly, I haven't got the enthusiasm for anything anymore. I mean, look at me, hiding away in my greenhouse just so I can get some peace. But it has been a sanctuary for me. I can't say I've got mental health issues. That would just be wrong, knowing that there really are so many other people who are suffering out there. But I am suffering in my own way. all that hope and expectation of enjoying my hard-earned retirement. Just look what it's turned into. Oh, for goodness sake, woman, pull yourself together and just get on with it. Stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Hello, this is Found by myself, Celeste Omani. It was a washed out, nothing day in November. Even the wind couldn't be fucked, worrying the litter like a bored kid pushing food around a plate. I was smoking on the step, watching a pigeon pick through an upturned bin, a malnourished prospector panning for gold. And I thought of myself, just yesterday, when she didn't exist and I was an uninvited guest in the world. Then a phone call, the dad of a woman I once knew, his words tumbling out, every syllable late for a train. Something about an accident and her not making it, but a kid, my kid, alive. So that's how I came to be smoking on my step, waiting for God knows what, when this flea-bitten Elvis type appeared, all apologies and smudgy tattoos, and with him a girl, pushed forward. Say hello to you, Dad. She smiled and I thought of a tide rolling back over the shale. The man rubbed the tears from my eyes like he was rubbing out a spelling mistake. Time for that later, son. Then he just guided her past me into my flat. I flipped my roll up at the bin. The pigeon prospector flew off with a nugget. It's funny. You spend your whole life looking for something, then you're the thing that's found.